Welcome back. A brutal week for outgoing Mayor Sylvester Turner. Exhibit A, the revelation that the mayor attempted to stick the taxpayer-funded Houston First Corporation with the $124,000 cost of his legacy book. Our own Fox 26 contributor Bill King caught wind of that, and he described it as a vanity volume and raised a very big, very public red flag.
This just has nothing to do with the city, has nothing to do with Houston First. This is a personal project from him.
Less than 24 hours later, and Houston First Chairman David Mintzberg announced the organization would not pay for the book, in large part because funds raised for the State of the City tribute luncheon had run dry. Which leads us to Exhibit 2, Turner's openly hostile and unhinged treatment of investigative reporter Amy Davis.
Mary, escort her out.
Will you stop payment to the contractors that are under investigation?
You are very rude.
I did ask you to send me a list of questions.
I will talk to your general manager. Please escort her away. Okay. Thank you very much.
The questions are in the email to Mary if you'd like to answer.
I did not get an email. And I want you to know you're not going to get away with this. You are rude.
Get away with what? I politely, professionally asked my email.
No, you are not professional, and you do not represent KPRC very well.
All right, I want to say this. For the record, I respect my colleague Amy Davis. She has always practiced journalism with integrity and courage, consistently unafraid to ask tough but fair questions. Panel, this exchange did not reflect well on this mayor. Paul, I mean, you're one of the nicest guys I know. Was that nice behavior?
That was terrible. Well, it was terrible on behalf of the mayor. I'm embarrassed for the city because that's our mayor. Amy Davis did her job. Her job was to go and ask a question. The mayor's job is to answer the question. And whether he wanted the question or not is irrelevant. In this case, there are very important things that need to be answered that are not being answered. The mayor is avoiding those questions. She found him at an event, right? That wasn't what this event was about. And she asked a hard question. For him to use the "I'm going to go talk to your manager" bit, that is ridiculous, it's unnecessary, it's uncalled for, and frankly, it's embarrassing.
All right, you know, at the Breakfast Club this morning, people will probably be talking a little bit about this. What's your take, Marcus?
My take is that that wasn't. I agree with Paul. That was not a good look. It was painful to watch. It was painful to hear. It was even more painful to hear Mary being asked to escort the person out. That was a painful exchange. What's even more painful is the question that she was asking, which is what happened to our tax dollars? What happened to the $80 million that was used in emergency for water, that contracts were delivered to God knows who have no history of doing this type of work, who have no experience in doing this type of work, yet we work hard for our money. And this is what elected officials are doing with our money. So I think she was right to ask the question. As a taxpaying citizen, I do want to know what happened.
I would get hate mail if I didn't let Tomorrow Bell talk about this.
Listen, first off, elected officials didn't do this with this money. These are city workers who are accountable to us. My water bill is high as hell. I am helping a gentleman as we speak who got a water bill for him and his wife, both of them almost 80, of $10,000 for 1 month. This is frightening as hell. And you're not gonna tell me that they didn't turn around and PWE, a manager in PWE, hires all her friends and cousins and relatives, because I can assure you, Sylvester did not hire them. Let me get that straight. I fought for a contractor who lost the contract to the person who awarded it at the airport. And I'm not kidding. I told the mayor, and that girl was fired the next day. They didn't know. But this is frightening. How many of us had a leak on our street or by us this summer? I mean, we all had that. And then your water coming out like you in the Sahara and dots and stuff. And then you getting Mo, Curly, and Larry to get the contracts to come and fix it. Okay, this has to stop. I mean it has to stop. This is about people's life and safety. You need water. And then when this was happening, it was hot as hell. And I mean it, so y'all need to get to the bottom of this.
I'm gonna give you 30 seconds on this, Holly. Just, kind of looking at what's going on, and you ask those tough questions yourself sometimes.
Well, to Marcus's point, I'm so glad that you brought that up, because instead of talking about the issue, everybody's been talking about the mayor's behavior, which is reprehensible in that, certainly in that scenario, and we've seen some of that at City Council as well. But this is only the latest scandal to come out of the Turner administration. We've got the scandal with the airport contract at Hobby Airport and the Pappas family group. We've got the problem with 800 Middle Street, where we're putting poor families on, known to be contaminated land. There are other contract questions, but that's what we should be talking about, are the latest scandals.
Just 15 seconds.
Okay, quickly. With the Turner administration, it's the scandal of the day. And what's bad is you expect some graft and corruption. You really do. It's part of the nature of city government. But unlike modern day Chicago or under Mayor Daley, where they stole, but they actually got stuff done, we're not getting anything done. It is terrible. And by the way, if I was Sheila Jackson Lee, I would tell Sylvester Turner, keep your endorsement, because I'm not going to be the kind of mayor.
We're going to leave it there. Still.